there, it's Raina with Lilo Crafts, and today I am coming on to share 19 ideas about what you can do with these awesome treat sacks that you get from the Dollar Tree. Now, they are made of paper, and there are 10 signs on each side. The bottom has a green thing, and the sides have polka dots. Yes, so you can actually use all of this to make ephemera, to make gift card holders, to make Happy Mail containers, or to make junk journal pockets. I'm gonna go from small to large, okay? So here is my first little pocket. Now I made all of these pockets using the parchment paper from the Dollar Tree. It's like in a roll, and I just folded them and glued them together. And so this one, I used the candy canes. I added a little bit of stickles. I put a little bit of lace underneath. I just added a couple pieces of scraps. I cut it with the little Rick Rack scissors. And then I put a bulb pin. Thank you so much, Janet. She gave me these bulb pins, and I hung a candy cane from here. And then on the inside, I made a journaling spot or a to and from tag. Like this can be used as a gift card holder too, or in a junk journal. I made a tab over here with red and white stripe to match the candy cane theme. And then this is collaged with old book papers. And so that, and then I inked all around both the tag as well as the bag. So that's one. Here is number two, and this is a hot cocoa cup, and it says a little cup of cheer cafe. And I thought that was so sweet. So again, I just backed that on red. I added a little bling around the edges. I put a little stickles to add some sparkle and shine. I took some white lace that had little holes in it, and I ran baker's twine. I doubled that up, and then I tied a bow on the top and the bottom. And inside, you can see I've got a tag. This is made from an old garment tag that I took off one of my pieces of clothing that I bought, and I've covered it with scrapbook paper, and I put a red tab. And I fussy cut out these little hot cocoa mugs, one with red on one side and green on the other side, so you can see that peeking out. And I put a little stickles on the snowflake. And then this fits, again, right inside this bag, which is also inked up. So I think, again, sweet, sweet, sweet. These would be even so cute on the top of a card too. So here is Gingerbread. This is the Gingerbread Baking Company, and this time I just used a book page and the same idea with the lace. And then I added a stamped image that I colored in and glittered up. So that's an oven mitt. And I've got some little old-fashioned bling on there, a little bit more muted. And then when you open it up, this is actually an envelope this time. And inside, look, here is gingerbread lovin' from the oven. And I've got a little Santa that I fussy cut out from some paper. I made this snowflake tab. I added these two tickets, and then I punched out a marked book page in the background that I made. And so I thought that was so cute. Gingerbread Baking Company and Gingerbread Lovin' from the oven. Okay, next is this bake shop. And then I just made a long ticket. And I did this by just using my corner stub, or you could use a circle punch just on the edges. I layered up some lace. I put a little heart behind it, and I added some dots of stickles on there. It says Mrs. Claus's Bake Shop. And then I put some baker's twine, a double bow. Again, this one is an envelope, again made out of that parchment. And from her bake shop, look, she's making cookies for Santa. Of course she is, right? And this tag is cut out from some masterboard, and I even used my first mixed media thing. So I used some Distress Oxide spray that I had hauled from Hobby Lobby during one of their clearances. And I had no idea what I was gonna do with it. So I only own one, and I'm so glad I got the green because it's perfect for Christmas. And then you can journal on the back side of that. So I am in love with that one too. Okay, next I've got Gingerbread Baking Company again. And this time I cut out a little gingerbread and I backed it in red, and this is all colored in with those watercolor pencils, and I added some buttons. So here is like a flower button, 2 white ones. I strung them, these 2 with red twine, this one with white twine. Again, it's one of those parchment bags. I've got some plaid. Oh, I do love that plaid in the background. And then look at this, the little tag inside says baked with love. So this has the spoon that is from a stamp set that I cut out and colored and glittered up. It's got some cream rickrack, and it's got 2 more tickets and red in the background. And the baked with love is set off with the same coordinating paper as this plaid over here, and then it's blank on the back. So again, a perfect card. Even this would make such a cute card front, right? Or gift card holder, as well as journaling spot. Okay, next I've got Blitzen's Old Fashioned Cocoa, and I attached one of these reindeer that I got at the 90% off last year from Hobby Lobby sale, and I thought, you know what, that's perfect for Blitzen. So this would have to be on something that could be bulky, okay, because this is bulky. So like the top of a package would be so fun. And so I added this hot cocoa sticker with this candy cane coming out, and then I've got another one of these collage tags. I added the same rickrack, and this time some red lace, and I put some hole reinforcers on this one. And then these are some punched out little leftovers from me doing die cuts, and so I use those on here to add just a little interest to the front. And then the back is blank, where you can put anything that you would like inside of that. Next, I've got this Frosty's Diner. It says now serving hot cocoa, open 24/7, and I just crisscross these little flags, kind of like skis. That was my thought behind that. I added a little bit of red bling as well as some stickles to that and backed it in red. And because it says now serving hot cocoa, I did add another one of these hot cocoa pieces. This is just a tag that I had, and I think it's like a place card holder actually. And so from my stash, I just again punched out a tab, and then I backed this hot cocoa onto the snowflaked paper back here, and that is all inked up and ready to go. And then 2 more, you guys. Look at this. I made this side tuck, right? So this is made from an old envelope, from a junk mail envelope. And so I just slid it down the side, and I used its natural side over here in the bottom. I put this beautiful plaid paper on there. I added just a little bling to the top corner, the bottom corner. And then this one again says Mrs. Claus's Bake Shop. And look, here is a reindeer cookie. Oh my gosh, I shared these on my channel. And I'll put a link to this video in case you want to see that. And then I just added it a little double bow. And then I added like a little journaling spot in here, or it could be for pictures. It's just coffee dyed paper, and I fussy cut out from one of my sheets of paper this little gingerbread house, and then I added some stickles to it because this actually is Mrs. Claus's Bake Shop. So that goes tucks in right inside there. And then my last one is this huge one, and this says handcrafted peppermint candy from the North Pole Supply Company. And I made a giant one of these bags, and then I double matted up this candy cane paper, and I inked it all up. I added some little pearl flat backs into the corner. I double matted the sign from the bag, and then I had these little candy canes, which I originally got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm not sure if I got these at 50% off or more, but you guys, you get this whole bag. When I bought it, it was only $1.99. So 20 pieces inside of there, and I glued those down. And then inside, I made a matching giant tag flip. And so this, again, I used that same label, and then I used an envelope. Okay, so I attached this envelope to the back, and then what I did was I inked it up. I added a little book page and Blitzen's Old Fashioned Hot Cocoa to that, And so when you flip this open, you can see here are some pages to journal and add your pictures, your memories. Inside here, I added a recipe card, and you can use that for a recipe, or, you know, put anything that you would like on that. And then here is the tag. This is a giant tag made out of a manila folder. And this is vintage music paper that's on here, vintage book page. And then I stenciled on this sweet little snow hat over here. I topped it with old-fashioned tulle and this wiggly wool yarn that I recently hauled from the thrift store. I love that. I put in page protector on that, and I added a tab to the side. I did cut through one whole bag, and here is what I made with the sides. Look, I made ruffles, right? Isn't that so great? And you can put these on any kind of embellishment on the side, on any kind of packaging, on any kind of card. And if you don't have a machine, you can just fold it and hot glue it right in place, or use any kind of glue that you have. I just folded these in advance, and then I just zipped them through my sewing machine. So those are all my ideas. I hope that you liked some of them, and if you like this video, I would so appreciate it if you could give me a thumbs up and comment. It really does help me and helps my channel, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.